Hi everyone, it's Leona with Leona's Designs. Welcome to another Scripture Pockets 2026, where we create 52 different pockets with 52 different scriptures from a different book of the Bible every week. And this week we are on week 14. And our book for this week, where we will find our scripture, is the book of Esther. And our scripture is Esther 4, verse 14, which says, in part, "Who knows whether you have come to the kingdom for such a time as this?" It's Esther 4, verse 14. And I will read the complete verse later, but I chose this part of the verse because it's a very popular verse, and it's very meaningful to a lot of us to ponder upon. So that being said, I came up with a pocket for this week that I think is my very own creation, and I'm quite excited about it. I haven't seen one like this before. I wanted to create a crown pocket in honor of Queen Esther. So I came up with this idea. I'm excited to show it to you, and I think it's going to work really well for our journals. And I will be showing you how I created it. It's this. This is a little crown pocket, and it's easy to add to our journals because it's got the little foldovers on the side, so we just glue it down, and we can slide journaling cards in. I have this journaling card that I created for Esther 4:14. It is in my Etsy shop with 5 other journaling cards that I've created. If you're interested in this journaling card, I'll put the link to my Etsy shop, and you can purchase it there with 5 other journaling cards I created. But it's I printed this out 3 by 5, I think, and it fits right. It fits right in this pocket like this. And this pocket, I sized it for my journal, so the sizes I'm giving you is sized for a journal 9 by 6. So the pocket is 5 inches by about 5.5 inches. And I really had fun creating it and decorating it. So I'm going to show you now how I created it, and hopefully you can make one for yourself. Okay, so what we're going to need to create this pocket is ruler, bone folder, scoring board if you have one, scissors. I used a glue stick, but you can use Fabri-Tac glue or whatever glue you might have on hand that you want to use. And the materials, I used scrapbook paper for this, and then I embellished it with little stick-on gems and this glitter star that I had, and just different things that I got at Dollar Tree or on Temu. I got these stick-on pearls, some of this glitter scrapbook paper I cut, some gold ribbon, these little stick-on pearls and gems I got at the dollar store. And then with my little printer, I printed the verse out, Esther 4:14. But, you can embellish it and decorate it with whatever you have. You don't have to use glitter paper. I am going to use glitter paper for this next one I'm making. I'm not sure which one I'm going to like the best to put in my journal. So I had this blue glitter paper, scrapbook paper on hand. So I thought I'd try using that for this one that I'm going to create. The reason I put the big star on is because Esther was called the Star of Persia. That was what some people called her, the Star of Persia, because the name Esther is said to mean star. Her real name was Hadassah, which is her Hebrew name, which means myrtle, but her Persian name was Esther, and it means star. So she was called Star of Persia. So I thought the star was fitting to put on her crown. So what we are going to need then, we will need 3 3-inch squares. So I've cut these out, 3 3-inch squares. Move this aside. We're going to need a piece of cardstock that is cut 6 inches by 3 inches. And another piece of cardstock cut 5 inches by 2.5 inches. And this is going to be on the back, so you're not going to see it. This will be the front, and then this goes on the back, like here, like right on this backing. Okay, so I'm going to first of all take this 6-inch by 3-inch paper, and we're going to score it 1/2 inch on 3 sides. I'm going to get my scoreboard out. If you don't have a scoreboard, you can just use a ruler and mark the 3 sides, and maybe score it using a ruler and your scissors, or if you have a bone folder, use that. I'm going to use my scoreboard. I'm going to score the bottom part 1/2 inch, and each side 1/2 inch. This will help us have a pocket that is kind of dimensional, so we can easily put our journaling cards in. Okay. Now I'm going to fold these over, kind of fold them down. And then what I like to do is I like to go in and cut the little corners out, like right here. Just like to snip those out so it folds easier. So then we have this. And this is what's going to make our pocket. Oh, I got to trim that down a little bit. I think it's not folding in there right. I didn't get it exactly. Okay. Okay, so this is going to be our pocket. Next, we're going to take our little 3-inch squares, and we're going to fold them into the triangles for the top of the crown. So what we're going to do is each side we're going to fold into the center. I'm going to try to just match it up right to that point. Fold each side right into that point. press it down. And then take this side and fold it in right to that point. And you have this. And what I did was I just took a little bit of glue stick and glued one of the sides down. And then I snipped it off about 1/4 of an inch or 1/8 of an inch. Like that. So we're going to do that with all 3 squares. Just going to burnish that down a little bit. Okay. So I'm going to fold this in right to that point. And fold the other side right to the point. Very easy. And then just glue it down. And snip it off. Oops. Glue's not sticking real good. Okay. Burnish that down. Oh, I guess this glue's not sticking well to the glitter. Might have to use Fabri-Tac. See if it holds. Okay, one more. So while I'm doing this, I could read you the rest of the verse of Esther 4:14. The total verse says, whoops, I lost my place here. 4:14. The verse says, "For if," and this is Mordecai, who's talking to Esther. Mordecai is Esther's cousin, who raised her after her parents were killed. He took her in and raised her as his own daughter. And he's telling her, if you remain completely silent at this time, relief and deliverance will arise for the Jews from another place. But you and your father's house will perish. And of course, her father's house was his house. Yet who knows whether you have come to the kingdom for such a time as this. So we know that Esther was called into the king's palace, and he ended up taking her as his wife, and he favored her. And then we know for the rest of the story, if you've read the whole book of Esther, that because she was so brave and went before the king when she wasn't even invited, that she saved the Jews. So, okay, now we have these 3 spheres or triangles, which are going to make up our crown. So we're going to take them and we're going to glue them on to this pocket. And we're going to take one of them and put it in the middle. Probably going to have to use Fabri-Tac for this. Make sure it sticks. And we're going to put that in the middle, just almost right to the top, because we want this to be our highest one. And then these are going to be a little bit lower down. So I'm going to get my Fabri-Tac open here to use it. Let me pull this up a little higher so you can see better. And I better use my Fabri-Tac because this glitter paper is not sticking very well with the glue stick. All right, come on, Fabri-Tac. Hopefully the Fabri-Tac will hold it. Don't use glitter paper very often, but I got this free, so why not? I'll try and see how it works for this crown. Oh, that one's stuck pretty good. Guess that one's okay. Okay, so this is the top of our pocket. These three sides are folded down. We're going to kind of mark the center. It should be, it's 5 inches with those sides folded, so 2.5. We want to put our, if you want to measure, we want to put our sphere right where 2.5. So like right here. So I'm just going to put my glue. Put my glue all over the top here. If it's coming out. This Fabri-Tac kind of is getting dried up. I need to put some acetone in it to kind of thin it out. Okay, so I'm going to put this, the face side down, not the glued side. Yeah, right there in the middle. I'm going to turn it over to make sure I got it in the right place. That looks pretty good to me. Just going to bring it up a little higher. So I want that center one to be the highest. And we're going to take these, do the same thing on the sides. We're probably going to need some glue right here on this middle one. Because they're going to overlap. So we're going to glue these down a little lower. We want to bring them down a little lower. Try to get them both even looking. I think that's pretty good. We want to make sure we don't get them on the side there where we have to fold the sides down. So I want to make sure that we can still fold our sides down. Okay, so I think that looks pretty good. This one should come over a little more. So you can just play around with it and, you know, make them look as even as you can and see how they look. I think that looks good. And then just press them down after you get them the way you like them. And then we're going to take this piece of cardstock, this 5 by 2.5 inch cardstock, and we're going to glue it right there over them for the inside of the pocket. So I'm just going to put some Fabri-Tac all the way around here. So that we have a clean pocket with nothing obstructing our cards when we put them in there. I can get enough Fabri-Tac coming out to do that. Actually gonna put a little glue on there too. A little bit of glue stick. Okay. So we'll just fit that right inside. Making sure that our sides and our bottom can fold over. And we might have to trim it a little bit if it doesn't. Because we want to make sure that that's all secure. Okay. Press it down, make sure it's glued good. And then we can start the fun part of decorating our crown. So since we have this piece here where we glued these together, I covered that up with some gold ribbon and the star. So I think for this one I might cover it up with this piece of gold glitter paper. And maybe I'll put some gold ribbon at the bottom. And I have pearls. These pearls I got at the Dollar Tree. And I have gems, and I have these big pearls. And I have this beautiful star here. I think that would be really pretty. Okay, so I'm going to glue this down here. I think my Fabri-Tac will keep coming out. And put that right there where those two things intersect. And then after I get that glued down good, I'm going to put this star on there. These stars, I've had them for a long time. I think I got them at Dollar Tree a long time ago. But they're really, really, really pretty. Let me see if that's going to look good. Or should I use this other star? I don't know, maybe I should use this. I like how this looks, but let's see. I think I will use this. Just gonna put it right there. That's kind of in the center. I think that's pretty. And then glue this down at the bottom. Just put a strip of glue across the bottom there. And That matches really well. And then I think I will put pearls on it, just to glam it up a little bit. I think I have some of these gems too. I think I'll put these blue gems here. Oops. I have exactly enough. That'll look good. Excuse me. Every time I make a video, I start getting a froggy voice. I think maybe I will, if I want pearls up there, or want these. Maybe I want the gold to kind of match the gold ribbon. Let me see how that would look. And it kind of blends in too much. Got this big, I think I'll use one big one and two of these smaller ones. So I hope you want to try this. I think it's really cool. I think it's a great addition to our journal. I think that's going to be too big for to put in a journal. It'll just won't work on the journal page. So let's just use two of these small ones. Oops. Yeah, it says it wants to stay. Okay. Should get my tweezers. Would work better. Okay, there. And here. And this bigger one in the middle. So I can get it out. Can't figure out how that works. I guess I'll just cut it open. Go. Right at the top. Pretty classy, I think. I cut this ribbon off. And there we have our crown. And if you want to, you can keep decorating it with different gems or even some glitter glue, whatever you have, however you want to do it. So either way, you can use glitter paper or you can use just scrapbook paper like this. Oh, and then I have this Esther 414 printed out. I'm going to cut that out. Glue that on. And I'm not going to ink that. Just going to glue that right there. Hopefully it'll stick. I might have to use the... oops. Might have to use Fabri-Tac. We'll see. Okay. So there we have our crowns. I think they're pretty easy to make. I hope you give it a try. I appreciate you watching. If you make one, let me know. Tag me on Instagram or post a picture of it in our Facebook group. I hope you enjoyed watching and have a blessed week focusing on the verse in Esther 4:14. And have a happy, blessed Easter Sunday. And I hope to see you next week for week 15 of Scripture Pockets 2026. Bye-bye.